A crime alert in Midtown Atlanta where police find a man shot to death at a high-rise parking garage. Officers say it happened at 10 last night at the Sky House Midtown Apartments. That's on the corner of West Peachtree and 12th Streets.
At this point, we are in the early stages of the investigation. We are still trying to assess the scene. We have not yet determined a motive or any additional information that we would want to put out in reference to that at this time, but we are certainly working through the preliminary phases of the investigation.
Police are also working to determine whether or not that victim lived at the complex. Well, day 3 in the trial of the men accused of killing Ahmaud Arbery. Police officers testifying today, including a Glynn County patrol officer who was asked to interview Greg McMichael at the scene of the crime. Our Haley Mason live in South Georgia outside the Glynn County Courthouse with the very latest.
Good afternoon, Karen. This morning's testimony has primarily been all about Greg McMichael and the things that he said and did in the moments immediately after his son Travis shot and killed Ahmaud Arbery. We've had Glynn County police detectives on the stand. We're now on the second one at the moment, but we want to point out, we remember Greg McMichael was in the back of that pickup truck with a revolver in hand when the shooting happened. He told officers that Arbery attacked his son Travis and tried to take Travis's gun away from him. Greg McMichael called Ahmaud Arbery an, quote, a-hole as he talked to the officers standing near Arbery's body. The prosecutors pointed out how close he was to the body and the timing immediately after this shooting to the court that he called him that. They also showed these pictures of Travis McMichael bloodied after the shooting and fight with Arbery. They went picture by picture showing the blood on Travis McMichael's arms and head. They also learned that Greg McMichael, he also had blood on his arms. He said that he had reached under Arbery's body to pull out his arm to see if he had a gun, which Arbery didn't. The prosecution this morning makes several statements and questions to depict Greg McMichael as the very active narrator on the scene for all parties who were involved in this shooting, telling that his son had to do it, that he had no choice but to shoot Arbery. But the prosecution also points out that Greg McMichael never mentioned a citizen's arrest.
I've seen these videos, so I know what the guy looks like. Black male. He wears short pants generally, a white t-shirt. He's got these little short dreads. I don't know what the hell you call them. When he went down, face down, and his arm was stuck that underneath him. And I don't know if he was going for a weapon or what, because at that point he was still breathing. So I pulled his arm out to see if there was a weapon in it. This ain't no shuffler. This guy's a I mean, he was hooked up when he came around that street. I saw him, yeah. In fact, if to be perfectly honest with you, if I could have got a shot at the guy, I'd have shot him myself.
And that was the officer reading his interview that he did with Greg McMichael on the scene there. We know that the second officer is on the stand right now. We do want to note they're reading these interviews instead of just flat out playing the video because of an issue with testimony that if they play it, then they may not have to take the stand and be cross-examined. So the prosecution is trying to avoid that happening. They want these defendants to take the stand. They want the opportunity to question them. So to prevent that being blocked, they're reading these transcripts instead of having that body camera video speak for them. So we hope that clarifies while you hear them reading these transcripts throughout this trial so far. Reporting live in Brunswick, Haley Mason, CBS 46 News.